Hey, my nonprofit visionaries. This is Shalita, the nonprofit Easter O'Neill. It's so good to see you again. I wanted to make a video about having a PR plan, public relations plan. And I know some of you are like, oh, why do I need to do that? Well, one of the things that I've learned over the years is that you have to actually have a clear, flexible marketing and communications plan for your nonprofit organization. If you want to raise awareness about the work that you're doing, because it is wonderful work, you have to have a plan on how you get that word out there. I know for many years, for me, I really wasn't quite sure of, I didn't have a plan written down, a marketing plan. I knew I needed to reach out to this population or reach out to these people or send emails here or call this person to try to spread awareness. And it gets very exhausting, especially when you're the main person leading all of this, reaching out to everybody. You've got an organization to run. You've got programs and services to implement. You don't necessarily have time to also do your own public relations. I didn't know that, and actually, this is crazy, but I didn't put two and two together until maybe a year or two ago around how organizations get media time. So listen up, listen up, listen up. There are actually public relation firms there's not a whole lot of public relations firms that specifically work with nonprofit organizations, not in comparison to the companies that work with for-profit organizations. There's a bunch of PR, public relations communications companies for-profit, and they cost a lot of money to engage them. But there are a couple of public relation firms that are specific to nonprofit organizations, which is amazing because they know that we don't have no money right away. We're on a shoestring budget, but we need, we're giving back to the community, we're giving back to the world, and we need some support. So you've got people out there who are willing to do that. I have been blessed to know a number of people who have PR backgrounds that have helped me with my press kit, with media kits, with press releases, and who are connected to that world. Actually, very impressive young woman, her name is Carmen Fletcher, who put a press release together for my nonprofit organization. We had an event last year actually, and she also put together a media kit. And before I talked to her, I did not know what a media, come on y'all, I've been in this game for a minute, and I did not know that as a nonprofit I need a media kit, I need a press kit, and because it just didn't dawn on me. I'm in so many different directions. I was been successful in getting the word out there about what I've been doing, but not to the level that I really wanted to. And I realized, oh, you need a press kit. You need a media kit, right? That could be specific to your organization or specific to your actual event that you're having. So there are a number of things, public relations wise, PR wise, that you may not know, and you don't have to know everything. That's the beauty of it. That's what I want you guys to know. Don't feel embarrassed or inadequate or any of that because you don't know every single thing there is to know. You don't need to know that. You need to know somebody who knows that information. You don't need to go to school for public relations if that's not your interest. You just need to engage somebody who that's what their passion is and they care about your cause. Okay? So when you see organizations and individuals getting on the Ellen show, or Oprah, or all these other shows, CNN, this, that, right? You're like, how did they get up there? I've been doing the work forever. How you get on Oprah? How you, excuse me, that was just me. But wait a minute. Well, because they are well versed enough to know that they either have a company or have a person that writes into these shows or writes into the magazines. My dream is to be in Essence or Black Enterprise, and so someday. But people write to the editor. Right? And I know we know this, right? We know that initially, on the surface, we know that these things happen. We just don't bring the knowledge together for ourselves in a cohesive, organized way to say, oh, for my PR, my management, PR, public relations, my marketing, my communications, I need to do this for me, right? Or have someone, I need to engage someone who specifically is well versed in this to do this for me. We look at it, you might read an article somewhere and be like, oh, I don't agree with that. And then you write to argue, but understand the same way you write to express your opinion on something that you read or something that you see, you could do that for your organization and be methodical about it, right? So I just wanted to remind you or let you know, or put this in the forefront of your mind, that this is something you should be doing for your nonprofit organization. And one thing you should be looking for is a board member who is maybe part of a PR firm or has PR experience, who's willing to bring that to your board and help you from that angle as well, because they may not be able to do because some people are like, okay, you're trying to get all my services for free, but they might know of a company that they've worked with that could give you a discounted rate, or there are some things that board member can do for you to help you get on the map, right? So whether that's writing articles, your press release, reaching out to some of the producers on some of the shows, and getting you a spot on the local news. These things aren't hard to do. It just takes time, and you need someone to do that for you. Okay? I didn't even realize until it was maybe 6 years ago or something like that, where people who get awards, there are a group of people who get awards who seek out certain awards, or they have people who will let them know, oh, this 40 under 40, you should get nominated for this, or nominate yourself for this, or I'll nominate you for this, or here's this other these other awards in their industry, right? Maybe they're in real estate or something like that, and there's very prestigious awards around in the retail industry, or real estate industry. And there are people who keep an eye out for this. Like, I've gotten an award and I had no clue that this was going on. I think it was one of the awards was the 20 under 30 or something like that. And one of the women that was getting honored, she had someone that would put on her radar all the awards that she could be nominated for by age category. I think she was like 29, and they were actually trying to find all of the 30 under 30 awards that she could get nominated for, because they knew she was going to get something, because she was doing, she inherited a really big business and she was running it, and whatever. So I didn't know this is what happens, y'all. And see, that's what happens when you don't know what you don't know. But now you know, because the Nonprofitista told you. So for your nonprofit, make sure you have a PR plan that includes social media, includes news outlets, all of that. Engage someone who knows something about that world and who's already connected to those folks. That's another thing I didn't know. I'm like, okay, you get a PR firm, they already know people in all these different arenas, right? They know the people at the national news media outlets. They know the people at the magazine. They can pick up the phone and call or email, and you're paying for that access. But it's well worth the money if you can find a good PR company that is well known, that is really good, that cares about nonprofits, that does have fees to fit the nonprofit world, so our purses, so we can do the work. But they are out there. Just find them. I actually, try to do a little research, because listen, everything I'm telling you, I'm not a hypocrite, okay? So one place that I found when I went online that I was really intrigued by, and for me, being a woman of color, it's very difficult to find companies of people that look like me, or that can really, I can relate to. And I know how important that is, especially if you don't have that, what that void feels like. And if you always have it, you never quite know that you don't have to. You never have to question whether you're going to be represented in business, and someone can understand your cause from your lens. So it's important to me that any companies that I engage with, or that I work with, or that I've given my money to, are diverse. And they don't necessarily have to all be women of color or be, but I like diversity because that represents me. That's just me. So one company that I came across, the WakemanAgency.com, and I'm going to put this down in the link too. And I really liked it because, again, it was the majority of the team are people of color and women. So it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, you can, you know, get where I'm going. You know, maybe help me out. I might reach out to them. So, you know, and do your own search, right? I just was sharing with you because that was a company that I was like, oh, this is different. I've been looking and I haven't really seen much diversity in the PR firms, but I'm sure there are plenty. So do your research regardless of what's important. Buy what's important to you, because what's important to me may not be what's important to you. At the end of the day, this video is about getting the message of your organization out there in the world, and that demystifying the process. It is much easier than what we think it is, but it takes a dedicated person, and it does not have to be you all the time. Get yourself a PR person who understands your cause and who's well connected to get you on Oprah. And when you do that, make sure you don't forget about me, and make sure you bring me with you when you go to see Auntie Oprah, because I love her. Okay, I send my love. I'm so empowered by her. Whatever. All right, y'all. So that's been my little hashtag nonprofit no filter message for you today. Get yourself on the map, okay? Raise awareness about your greatness. Don't be afraid to tell your story, because there are people waiting for you to be discovered. Okay? People are waiting for you to be discovered. We need you. So if you need, as always, I always say this, if you need one-on-one support, you want to run something by me, I am here. I am your nonprofit development coach. Go to ShalitaO'Neal.com to see how to get in contact with me. If you're really down for it and you're ready to launch your nonprofit in 8 weeks, join the hashtag nonprofit no filter boot camp that's coming up the beginning of February. More information on my website, as always. Okay, so if there's any other topics that maybe I haven't touched on in a minute, or maybe there's something I said here that you want more explanation about, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let me know in the comments below, or just shoot me an email. All right? Okay. Until next time, this is Shalita. Until next time, this is Shalita, the nonprofit Easter O'Neal. And until I see you again, be blessed.